Smalls and dealers.
Occasionally, I do something called the 5-star shout out. I'm gonna say this line. I'm not gonna say it because I don't believe in it. I don't believe in. You can't make a. You know what I'm talking about.
Good morning. This is Jawn. Stop your drawing because the side Jawn is on. How's everybody doing this morning out there? Welcome to the side Jawn. Each and every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. That's what we do, baby. I'm here with the chocolate girl.
Hello. It is Saturday, my favorite day of the week. How you doing? I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah, man, I'm glad to be here. Definitely glad to be here. As we start off each and every week, we want to know exactly how was your week. That's what we want to know. How was your week?
It's been action-packed. That's the word for this week. But it's been a good week. I'm just extremely busy. Extremely. Had a lot of good things happen this week, though. So smooth sailing. How about you? How was your week?
My week was sort of confusing, It just ain't. I guess I would say the goals that I'm trying to reach. It seemed like I can't seem to get there like I want to. So I got to go sit back and do some learning because I'm sort of confused on some things. That's where I'm at on.
Well, the good thing about it is you like to learn. So
right.
You're taking it upon yourself and being self-reliant and going on ahead and learn about those things you don't know. So that's a good thing. That's half the battle, just to want to.
Right.
The motivation.
That is half the battle. And I'm going to figure it out. I'm definitely going to figure it out. But with that being said, we here Saturday morning. We're talking about some things, we named the show this morning, Mind Your Business. That's what we named the show this morning. And the reason why we named it Mind Your Business because there's a lot of times you go to these businesses or you do business with certain people or certain organizations, and it just seems like they don't give a damn. I mean, that's how I feel about it. They don't give a damn. And then you got other businesses out there that they do strive and they do try to help people and they do appreciate your dollar.
Mm-hmm.
So we're here to give our sides of the story on bad businesses that we've been through and great businesses that we've been with. That's what we're here for. Okay. So Sharon, what I want to ask you is first, because I want to get to the bad side first. I want to know where were some places that you went to where the customer service was just terrible?
Well, I found out about a local neighborhood coffee shop, right? And people were telling me, the coffee shop. People were telling me, hey, don't go to Starbucks, go here. His coffee is really good. And owned by a local person and everything. And I said, okay, let me try it. So I went. And let's just say that I walked in, it's my first time there. I made it obvious it was my first time because I stopped and looked at all the little trinkets and stuff that he had in there as if it was the first time I'd ever seen it, because it was. And there was somebody, sitting in the area that I was in. There was nobody behind the counter. So finally, I just went up to the counter and just started looking to see what they have on the counter. And I was looking at the menu and I was standing there. I had decided what I was going to get. And I know I stood there a good 2, 3, 4 more minutes. And finally, I heard somebody say, "Hey, hi, may I help you?" And I turned around. They were one of the people that was sitting in the dining area there at the table, talking to somebody else, just chit-chatting. And they asked me, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, yeah, my first time here. I just wanted to try something. And he said, "Oh, okay." Then he hops up. I still didn't realize this was the person who owned the place. He pops up. Then he comes from behind, goes behind the counter, and I said, "Oh." I said, "Oh, you work here?" He said, "I'm the owner." And I was stunned because the owner and I had previously had a conversation, like via social media.
Okay.
On some things. And so I was stunned that this is what I was experiencing. So I get the item, pay. He gives it to me free. I don't think I paid for it. I think he gave it to me free. No. No, that's not right. I did pay for it.
Okay, that's not.
And I got a little something extra too. I wasn't gonna get. So I got a little side item with that. So I got it and sat down at the table, and I noticed there was another table with a woman and this other woman. Come to find out, that was the co-owner of the establishment, talking to one of her friends. And I'm just sitting there like,
I just want to know what time of the day was. What time of the day was?
It was before noon. But it wasn't like 7 a.m, but it was before noon. And it was on a weekday. And I was just like, okay, what's going on here? So anyway, I wasn't pleased. I really was not pleased with that. And what I did also notice, they sat out there the whole time. They never got up and went behind the counter. And then when people came in, this is how they greeted them.
Yeah.
It didn't matter who they were. It didn't matter if they knew them or not. And so I'm just sitting there.
This place still open?
No.
I didn't think so.
No. And then it all made sense as to why it didn't last the second time.
The second time?
Yes. This was the second attempt.
Wow. Was the coffee good?
I don't drink coffee, so I didn't try the coffee, but everybody said the coffee was good.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee either. We got that alike. I really don't drink coffee.
I don't drink coffee. I got hot chocolate that day.
Was it good? Okay. Was all right.
I mean, it wasn't nothing to sneeze or write home about, but I mean,
you're supposed to go there for
I'm trying to support this person. You know, he's brother. Trying to support him.
See how that is?
Yeah.
See how that is? They use that.
And then I'm like,
they use that color on you. This brother, black-owned business.
I'm trying. Support me. Y'all won't support me. Y'all go
in your wallet.
Go to Starbucks and get that, and y'all won't. Okay, so I'll come support you, but you're not making me feel like I'm important at all. Like, who are you?
You go deep into your wallet and you try to support them, and you try to, make them, let them know. Listen, I'm glad at what you're doing. Finally, we got some people that look like us in our neighborhood doing good things. I'm happy for you, but at the same time, your customer service ain't good. I've been to a place the bathroom wasn't clean. I was always told two things. My grandma owned a restaurant, so I was told this directly from her. Two things you got to have good customer service, and your bathroom got to be clean.
Gotta be clean.
Now,
And that was terrible.
My cousin, who Nappy Nicky's was named after, her customer service wasn't always up there.
Mm-hmm.
Love my cousin to death, but her customer service wasn't always up there. She's doing her thing now. Shout out to Nappy Nicky, but customer service wasn't always up there when we was young.
But listen to this, though. See, at the time, I was actually writing for a magazine. And the whole reason why I was there was to check them out before I did the profile story.
They were supposed to get the big profile.
So, I mean, they would have gotten all kind of exposed. Ask me, did I write that article?
You ain't write that article.
No.
But it was, and this is the crazy thing. They could have got you on hot chocolate. Look what you ordered. You ordered hot chocolate and maybe a muffin. Yeah, maybe, you know what I mean? And
exactly. And the muffin was delicious.
Right.
But after I saw that and the way they were, I was like, no. So yeah, that let me down. Another example, you go to a particular establishment and it's a bar, let's say it's a bar, and you ordering drinks and stuff, and they water down your drinks, and it's obvious.
Right.
I'm not, why you want me to come support your business, but you water down my drinks? But then if I go across the street to the other folks' bar and pay the same money, I get what I'm supposed to get.
Exactly.
But I'm supposed to, I guess, suffer through.
Because we black.
Right. And go on ahead.
Because we black.
I'm not saying that
they use that on us.
And I'm not saying this just about black-owned businesses. I'm going to say it about any business. Anytime I spend my money, I expect good customer service, largely because I've been in areas of customer service for over 20-some years of my life. I know what it's supposed to be.
Wow.
And if I can give it, I expect to get it.
Exactly.
Right?
And there's a lot of people out there now. I'm not going to tell everybody that has a business that you have to treat every customer, top notch or the king and everything. But you do have to make every customer feel good.
That's what I'm saying.
If they feel good about spending their money, they will be back.
I mean,
it's been times I had some customers, I did not treat them all the same. I don't treat every customer the same anyway. That's just me. I don't treat every customer the same. I got some customers that I've seen a couple, they come in, they order the same thing, they sit to the side. They may not want to have a conversation. They want to stick to themselves. They want to read their book. They want to have their drink, and that's it. And I just make sure that they comfortable where they at. You got some other customers, you got to have a whole conversation with them because they came in. I had a customer one time. He came in wanting to start some stuff. All employees I had was like, "Oh no, I ain't messing with them." He wanted.
But you can tell that. Right. You can tell when they come in like that. You can tell that when you answer the phone, when you're on the phone with them. It just happened to me yesterday. Just happened yesterday.
The guy, he comes in, he come right in. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like, "Man, you ain't gonna offer me no water or nothing like that." Well, I didn't know you were thirsty, sir. That's why I was talking to you, so I can get to know if you're thirsty or not, or do you need something to eat? Which one is it that you like? So then he goes back. He's like, "Well, I don't need one. I want something different. I want some popcorn." Well, we don't serve popcorn back here, so you gotta go all the way up to the front to go get that. So he was mad. He had to walk back to the front to cook us some popcorn. So he came back. He was even more heated. All right, now I need a drink. I need a cheeseburger, and my girl needs this girl. Got him everything he needed. I said, "Man, that's all you want? You don't want nothing else?" I just kept checking on him like every 10 minutes. "Hey, you sure you need anything? You good? You all right?" So then at the end when he was about to go watch his movie, he was like, "Man, I tried to do everything I could to crack you. It ain't work." He said, "You ain't gonna be able to crack me, man.
You can't crack me, bro.
You can't crack me." He gave me $50 too. He said, "Man, I gotta give you this. I tried my best to get you off your customer service." So it ain't gonna work.
Not
gonna work. Anybody else would have folded. I ain't folded.
And you know what? That gets them even worse. Man. That gets them even madder when you just keep being nice. or it depends, really. It depends. But
And it's
that
crazy
customer,
because
that customer service, though, Dennis, that is the key to every business. It's the key.
it is the key. It is the key. And that's why when I be saying it about Chick-fil-A, I'm be saying they got the best customer service in the world. And you don't like that I say that, but they got the best customer service in the world. That's how they get you.
It's not that I don't like when you say it.
The food might not be top tier, but the customer service, man,
It's not that I don't like you to say it. I just don't like Chick-fil-A. I just don't like the company.
No.
But their customer service is great. My pleasure.
Yes. How may I
pleasure.
How may I pleasure you today? I almost dropped my pants when she said that.
Stop it. I have never heard Chick-fil-A employees say, how may I pleasure you today?
How may I pleasure you?
That. Yeah, she probably made that up on her own.
She might have.
That might be some Philly things. She might have been trying to get next to you.
I wasn't even in Philly, but sound good to me.
Well, wherever.
I was in New York, to be honest with you.
Hey, anything goes in New York,
Yeah, I was in New York. I had to look around. What?
But yeah, I've never heard that expression. I've heard, how may I help you today, or what can I get for you today, or something, something like that. But I ain't never
something like how may I please you today, something like that. I forgot what it was, but when she said it, I was like, what?
How may I please you today? Mm-mm. No, and I'm not answering the phone that way on my job. So it's just, hello, and it's me. How may I help you? That's it.
Now, with other places that get like killed for their customer service, like McDonald's, McDonald's get killed for their customer service, but they will always have customers because they built that rapport, and people be wanting McDonald's. People will not stop going to McDonald's.
I think you're right about that. I don't think people will ever stop going to McDonald's.
That in the Chinese store.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many comedians make jokes about McDonald's, people still gonna go.
So that in the Chinese store. Chinese store been in your neighborhood that long. They ain't fixed the doorknob in that Chinese store. They ain't even fixed the menu. The menu crawling up. You still over there. Yo, I need 4 wings, fried rice. You still over there getting the same thing. Probably just got finished cleaning his feet with them same hands. You don't care. 4 wings, fried rice, and fungus.
Well, somehow the pandemic, I think, put my favorite Chinese spot out of business over here. That place was good, and it was less expensive than everybody. So I used to clean up, right? I used to go get 2 large wonton soup, a large shrimp fried rice, and a large chicken fried rice, and 2 egg rolls, and some crab rangoon. All of that for under $25.
That ain't bad. And how many soy sauces you got, 2?
As many as I want. Because they have the soy sauce sitting out.
Oh, they got the soy sauce sitting out?
They had it sitting out. The soy sauce, the sweet and sour, that was out. The hot mustard, that was out. Man. Yeah.
That's good.
The duck sauce, that's what I'm talking about. The duck sauce, that was out too.
That was good. Yeah, I don't eat Chinese food like that. I do like the egg rolls though. The different types of egg rolls that they got, except for the shrimp ones. But I don't eat Chinese food like that.
Well,
not a fan.
I have to admit that since the pandemic, I stopped going. I've been to one Korean restaurant one time since 2020. That's it.
That's sad. Well, hopefully you get something else. Korean.
Yeah, I'm on some egg rolls. I've been wanting some egg rolls badly, but you're right. That's the main thing, though, Dennis. Customer service.
Customer service, because if good customer service, you'll come back.
That's right.
You won't have no problem spending your money with good customer service.
But here's something else, though. Here's something else, especially startups mess up with. Having your having your infrastructure in order, your foundational tools, your systems and processes in place. They don't have that, and that causes them to fail too. Sometimes their customer service is hurt because they don't have their infrastructure in place. For instance, if you don't have a good accounting system, how are you supposed to keep track of your money and pay your taxes so that you don't get closed down, shut down? You got to have some type of good accounting process in place. Even if it's just you, but you got to know what you're doing.
Gotcha.
If you don't, you got to hire somebody.
Yeah, pay somebody for
it. And it's not sexy, but you got to do it.
And then you got to pay them taxes.
Them 3 letters, boy. IRS, you don't want them coming after you.
Gangsters.
IRS is a dream killer.
Sure is.
You need to keep them away from you. But a lot of people rush into business and don't consider the taxes that they must pay.
Right.
See what I mean?
I have to 100% agree to that.
So your infrastructure has to be in place. Processes. So what happens if you have a t-shirt business, somebody orders 250 shirts from you, and they're due by June 1st. And June 1st come, and you give them the shirts, and then when they get the shirts, they notice that 15 of them, the ink has run on them. The ink ran, and so they're clear. What is your process for getting that replaced to your customer? Do you have a process in place?
I haven't had that problem, but if I did have that problem, I would find a way to get a process in place. My biggest problem when I was selling t-shirts was I think I had one issue out of the first 40 that I sold. I had one issue, and that was the one that Jay Will had one in a hoodie in a different color. And so I was getting one in red. Now he paid me for it in like October, but they ain't had no red hoodies in stock. So I just kept communicating with them, kept letting them know. As soon as they get some red hoodies in stock, I'm gonna let you know. They ain't get red hoodies in stock till almost Christmas. But I kept communicating with him, and I kept letting him know. Got him his hoodie as soon as I could, and got him another extra shirt with it. Just to let him know, you know what I mean? Because I felt bad about my customer service. I was like, damn, how the fuck I can't get no red hoodies at this time? It was no problem for me to get hoodies at one point. That was
but what happens is a lot of times companies don't have a process in place to handle that.
No.
And like, what if that happened to 3 or 4 of your customers at one time? What's your process? You got to have some type of process or thought in mind on what to do and how you're going to get it to them. And like you came up with giving Jay Will an extra shirt on top of it. Do you know there are people, business owners out here who wouldn't have done that?
No.
They would have just given them the product and said, my bad.
Right. They don't want to take no losses, but I don't look at it as taking a loss.
No, it's an investment.
As keeping good business going.
Exactly.
Because as a small business, the number one thing you cannot do is be bad at customer service, because that's all you got as a small business.
That's true. And your reputation is everything.
It's everything, because that's the best way you're going to go around is through word of mouth. And as you can see, ain't nothing but Google reviews around and Yelp reviews, and I think it's something else. They just keep going around and let people know exactly what's going on at your spot. And if you ain't got enough stars and everything in those reviews, you ain't gonna make it.
Nope. No.
You ain't gonna make it.
Because I mean, I just look at how many times I've made a decision on things based upon stars and reviews that I've seen and comments. I'm like, nah, I'm not going there. Cause see, you can only one lesson my parents and my sister also always taught me is you can only spend that dollar one time. You can't spend the same dollar more than once. And so I'm very careful of how I spend and where I spend my money. And I'm not trying to spend it on somebody, and I can't even rely on them to even acknowledge me when I come in the door.
That's the first thing that they should have did. As soon as you walk through the door, even if they was sitting down, because I've sat down at times, but as soon as you walk through the door, hey, how you doing? Welcome to Slappy Joe's. I'll be right with you.
That's right. No, none of that.
Or you could have been like, or you could have just kept going like, hey, this is your first time here? Take a look at the menu. I'll be right with you. Let me know when you're ready.
And then
as soon as you walk through the door, they could have did all that.
All of that. And then this too. Let's say you have a hair salon.
Ooh.
Let's say you have a hair salon and you schedule your appointment like a month or two in advance, and you go to the hair salon, and when you get there, oh, I'm sorry, I can't take you today. We ran out of towels. That's my look too. So what does that mean? You don't have a process in place? Oh, well, the cleaner that does my towels had a fire and they couldn't get the truck. They couldn't get the truck here with what's your backup plan? That's what I mean by infrastructure and processes. You need to have a backup plan.
She was supposed to take a couple of those towels for herself.
No, what she was supposed to do is go contact the nearby restaurant supply place because they have towels.
Right.
Because you can use those towels to dry hair. The kind of towels I'm talking about.
Right.
That
I was about to give you the whole process of what I do, because we couldn't always afford to send our towels to the place because in towels and aprons, because that's what was going in. It'd be a lot of times due to come late. So what we start doing is when he gave us the new stuff, we hid a couple to the side.
Oh, well, that too.
Time.
Yeah.
Come to the side.
Yeah.
And then we would, and then it's, we'll have that pile over there to the side. It's supposed to go to him. And then the ones that we got to the side, if we use them for little stuff, we'll take them on, we'll wash them and bring them back.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to have two sleeves of towels that we kept in the restaurant. Yep. We kept them in case of emergency.
That's what you got to do, just in case, because you're not going to always get brand new towels.
Well, you got to have a process, some process in play. They didn't have a process in play.
You got to have a backup plan. And now
no towels.
So now let's just say this hairdresser makes $2,000 a day. Let's just say 10 girls coming in, $200 a piece, $2,000 a day. You lost out on $2,000 because of some $40 towels?
Yeah.
That was just I'm gonna lose out on this money because of the towels.
Well, they would have lost on me permanently. See, this didn't happen to me. Somebody else told me about this. But if I scheduled my appointment a month or two ahead in advance, and I get all the way to your salon and you didn't bother to call me to tell me that you weren't able to see me today, and I get there and you wait and tell me when I get there, and I need my hair done, because see, when I go get my hair done, I really need it done. I wait until I really need it done. I don't just go get my hair done routinely like I used to, because I used to go every month or every other week. And one time it was every other week. But now I just go when I really need my hair done, and I maintain it pretty well myself in between. So when I come see you, and my hairstylist knows this. When I come to see her, I'm coming to see her. Okay. And nothing is going to get in the way of my appointment. Right. She knows I'm serious about that. Nothing's going to keep me from this appointment short of death. I'm coming. So anyway, that's just an example of what I'm talking about infrastructure.
Towels, though, that's just, geez.
Towels in a hair salon.
You could have went to Target or Walmart and went and got some towels and just made it through the day.
Exactly. Nothing. And I mean, sitting in there, she told me that they were just sitting in there, just talking, just sitting in the chairs.
Oh,
the two stylists, they were just sitting in. There were no customers, of course. And I guess everybody that came, they just said, hey, we can't see you today. Do you want to reschedule? What? That's
what if somebody was getting married tomorrow?
No, I would have been like, look, I got towels in the car. You can do my hair. I'll bring my own towel up in here. But you're gonna do my hair today.
I mean, but you could have called them and said that, like, listen, something happened. We don't have no more towels, and we don't have no money to get no towels. Do you have any towels that you can bring in for your hair? And like you said, you'd be like, oh yeah, I got some towels here. I got some towels here.
I got some towels you can have. Here you go.
Right. You can have, see that? You can have. Now your business has continued.
I would have done that because I have some towels. I can part with some towels. Sure. But anyway, that was just another example. If you are a business owner, you got to have good customer service and you need your infrastructure right. You got to have processes in place to handle emergencies, responsibilities, and other things.
It's called troubleshooting.
Exactly. You got to have good troubleshooting skills. Some people just cannot think on their feet like that. I don't know.
Pressure situations, a lot of people can't think like that. I've seen people fold in pressure situations. You ask them the same question with no pressure. I mean, you ask them the same situation with no pressure, they can answer it like that. But in the pressure situation, a lot of people can't. I ain't got no towels. What I'm going to do? Mine probably got a trunk full of towels in her car, but she can't think right now because she feels as though she ain't got no towels. She only think about we only going to use these towels. It's the only towels we can use for people here. No, you got some towels you just got from Target the other day. Pull them out the trunk. I'm
pretty good at thinking on my feet under pressure.
A lot of people are not.
Because I had to be in claims. You have to be. Claims no two claims ever go the same way. Something's always going on.
That's crazy.
So you learn. But tell about a time when you've experienced some bad customer service.
I experienced bad customer service at I had bad customer service at a barbershop one time. This is when I want to say the scheduling era went through in full effect. Before you could go and be a walk-in at the barbershop, sit there for a little bit. Hey, I got one coming at 10, but after that, I ain't got nobody. At this point, these guys' schedule was back to back to back. Like dudes was coming in, bam, coming right in. They had their schedule they was going. Nobody said nothing to me. I'm sitting there for 2 hours. Nobody said, hey, I got you next. I know you need a cut. Nobody said nothing to me. So I went here, I walked out. As I'm leaving, the owner seen me. It's like, yo, then where you going? I said, dog, I'm out, dog. I sat in there for 2 hours. Ain't nobody say nothing to me. It's like, what you mean you sat in there for 2 hours? I was in there for 2 hours. Ain't nobody say nothing to me.
And then what?
The crazy thing is, after that, I grew my hair. After that, I grew my hair.
But after you told him again, nobody said anything to me. What the owner say?
He was a little upset. I think I seen him, I want to say weeks later, and he was telling me that he was telling me that they had schedules and stuff like that, but they still should have talked to you and been like, yo, I got you next, but I got 3 people coming. Somebody should have said something to you.
But you knew that.
And to be honest with you, I want to say a couple years later, no longer there.
That's what happens.
Yeah. Barbershop.
That's what happened.
Years later. And I was just sitting there, I was like, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Like, then I go to another bar. I go to a different barbershop. There's this is an old barbershop. They still got the old chairs and got that old school smell to it. He's an older gentleman that cuts hair. Whole time he having a conversation with me. Whole time, let me know. Listen, after these 2 people, you're gonna be next. Whole time. I ain't had no issues. It just depends on. It all depends on. Because a lot of people, I understand a lot of people are not people persons and they don't talk. You shouldn't be in the field where you have to talk to people.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be in that field.
Not Kyrie, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard should have done something else.
Yeah, well, he been getting away with it, so it really don't matter to him. But you shouldn't be in that field where you have to talk to people. You should be in another field where you don't have to talk to people. You can stay to yourself. You don't have to worry about none of that. I know every day ain't a good day to be talking to somebody. I understand that because every day I don't feel like talking. I understand that. But if this is your business and this is what you do, because most entrepreneurs, this is what I heard from Earn Your Leisure. That's one of my podcasts I listen to about business. Most entrepreneurs average is $28,000 a year. That's the average. And a lot of people are like, well, I make 40 at my regular job, so 28 ain't nothing. It ain't nothing to you because you make 40 at your regular job, but 28 to somebody who ain't had 28 is nice. But for you to build from 28, you got to get better and better and better. And customer service has to be up there. Infrastructure insurance has to be up there. You have to get those things better.
Well, what about this? I talked about the infrastructure and the follow-up. What about the follow-up process when you're trying to reach out for new customers? Somebody, you got a website, right?
Right.
Customer fills out a contact form, but you never respond. You've lost a customer.
You did, because you got to respond.
You've got to keep up with that. Do you have a follow-up process? What is your follow-up process?
And if you
small
don't,
business
hire
owner,
somebody to do.
You want us to support you. What's your follow-up process? Because if I go on and I fill out a contact and I never hear from you, I'm not going back to fill out another contact form.
No.
I'm going to assume that you don't need my business, and I'm going to go to the next one.
I 100% agree with that. And you got the follow-up process. My whole thing is, what is the money that you have set to the side to actually build your business?
Oh, reinvesting in your business is key.
That's some of the things I want, like, because you have to pay for marketing. You got to pay for marketing, number one. You got to pay for marketing, even if you pay for marketing little by little. You got to have a marketing budget to the side to make sure that your business goes to the next level.
Oh, no, Dennis. No, you don't. Because they can do their own marketing. All they have to do is download an app, and the app does everything. They can do everything. They don't need a marketing person.
Honestly, I don't know if they need a marketing person.
That's what they tell me.
A marketing budget.
No, it's a free app. I don't need a budget for a free app.
Yes, you do. You need a budget because you need to get that.
I'm telling you, this is what I have been hearing. And I'm like,
you got to be able to get that. Got to get that reach. You got to get that reach out there. And you got to get that reach through social media. So if you're not on social media, you're lost already. You're down 20 in the fourth quarter if you're not on social media.
Well, in addition to that, people think that social media means posting anything on social media. No, you have to be smart about your posts. Everything that you post on social media does not necessarily work. Just because you post a reel doesn't mean your reach is going to be far. If that reel is not attention grabbing and it does not give the potential customer the right information they need to purchase.
Right.
You can put a reel out there all day long.
Good.
For instance, put a reel out and can't nobody understand what you're saying. I don't think anybody's gonna be clicking on your link.
But here's another thing. Now you out, and let's just say you out. You in your hometown, and you got you a chicken spot, and you hear people say, "Oh man, what's one of the best chicken spots in town?" So then you're like, "Oh, I got a good chicken spot." Oh yeah, well, what's the name of your chicken spot? I'm gonna Google it. Oh, I ain't Google. What? You ain't got an Instagram on that? No, I ain't got an Instagram. I got an Instagram. It's my name, but they ain't got nothing. So you ain't got your Instagram. Don't say nothing about what you do. What you doing on your Instagram? Talk about other people. What you really doing? But I'm gonna say something else. Oh, I just post like little stuff, about the family and things that I see. Why are you not using your social media to promote yourself?
To promote your business, yes.
Right. Why not promote yourself?
Mm-hmm. Nobody
can promote you better than you.
Nobody
can promote you better than you. You always know that. Now you go out there and get help. That's what your marketing budget is for. You go out there and get help and help promote in other ways.
I'm telling you, Dennis.
You can boost your posts. to get it out there and people can see what your chicken look like. And, you got your chicken joint and I got a better chicken sandwich than Chick-fil-A and Popeyes. Come on down to Clock and Clocks.
I'm telling you, there are people that do not think that they need a marketing budget because they get a free app that makes a reel.
I got a podcast.
I'm just telling you what I've been told. I have been told that. I remember being told that this is before Reels came out, because Reels haven't been out that long.
No.
So this was like 7 years ago. And somebody told me, why do I need to pay you when all I need to do is put this in this template and it'll spit out this flyer and do whatever, I wanted to do. And I was not insulted, didn't hurt my feelings one bit. Why is it that when he put out his flyers, they were janky, typos, bad grammar, cheesy, bad, just poorly designed, all of that. And people didn't take him seriously. He's no longer in business.
Huh.
So anybody can make a flyer. Oh, sure. But if you make a flyer, you might make a flyer that has too many words on it. Why? Because you think you got to put all the stuff. No, you don't. You got to know how to making a flyer is not so simple like everybody thinks.
Yeah, I don't make flyers. I'll leave that to the professionals.
Well, I make them.
I'll leave that to the professionals. I don't make flyers.
I make ours. And yes. I'm just saying it's
and she's been doing a damn good job.
Thank you. But it's more than an ocean. And you can tell I put thought into it. You can't just flip out a flyer, just boom, 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 and that's it. But some flyers, when you see them, that's what they look like. They're just put together. Oh, let me just put this out here. So you gotta have things in place. Oh, and here's something else. You get a business. What about the business owner who does not embrace their clients or their potential clients or their community? For instance, you were talking about the barbershops. Barbershops and beauty salons are great neighborhood places. Community places. People gather there, even people who are not getting their hair done, because it's a community space. But if you never engage with that community around you, never do anything with that community except take their money for a haircut, that's not good business.
It's not, but they stay I'm gonna say it. They stay open a long time. And nobody looks at them like, oh, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you a complete example.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna give you an example of what I'm talking about.
All right, now again, my grandma owned a business, Nappy Nicky's. Across the street was a Chinese store.
Wait a minute, hold it. Wait a minute, time out. Nappy Nicky's, home of the what?
Home of the Chitlin Hoagie. Right across the street, right, was a Chinese store.
I told you got to say that every time you say Nappy Nicky's. All right.
Right across the street was a Chinese. And listen, Nappy Nicky's, home of the Chitlin Hoagie. Right across the street was a Chinese store. My grandma was heavily, and I mean heavy, I don't know, very heavy involved in the community. I mean, politics, making sure the kids got everything that they need. I mean, very heavy in the community. Even took the kids to Dorney Park every year, had Bible study. She had, she was a block captain at the same time, like very heavily involved in the neighborhood. They will go, one of my basketball coaches, we was going around to get money from different stores, to make sure we was getting uniforms and stuff like that. So he went to my grandma. My grandma gave him the money. He was like, man, your grandma gave the money fast. I said, that's what she do. We go to the Chinese store. The Chinese people gave them nothing. First thing he said to us is, y'all got to stop Y'all gotta stop supporting them. They're
That's
10
right.
years old.
That's right.
Stop supporting them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't support you.
That's
we ain't
right.
even asked them for a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
He said, stop supporting them because they don't support you. That Chinese store still open.
I'm sure it is.
The Chinese store still open. They still support that Chinese. Like I said, they ain't changed the dough now.
I understand that. That's an anomaly though, but I understand that. It's like you can see it online. These nail salons. I don't know how many times I've seen video of nail salon where the people in the nail salon have done something discriminatory. And then some Black person comes in and says, y'all need to stop supporting this store because they racist against us. Stop supporting. Go get your nail done by a sister down the block or whatever. I've seen that.
They ain't gonna stop.
Social media. But people, we still go there. We still go. Still go. Well, that is an occurrence. But you still, as a business owner, especially a small business owner in the community, need to engage with your community. Like Miss Nikki did, or your grandmother, owner of
Betty Towns.
Yes. Because that is very important. For instance, something happened in your salon burned down. If you're a part of the community loves you and you love the community, they're gonna help you. Somebody gonna put together a fundraiser, they're gonna do that, have block party, have cookout, sell some dinners, car wash, bake sale. They're gonna do something to help you out when you're in that community.
I've witnessed a drug dealer. Drug dealer sold drugs in the neighborhood, but he also helped out the community at the same time. They needed stuff, cookout, anything like that. They went to him. He helped out. He went to jail.
Mm-hmm.
The community wrote a letter. He got out on bail. I'm
laughing because I swear every time you tell me these Philadelphia stories, it reminds me of my hometown. Because
he got out on bail. I said,
this was a known. This dude was in the streets for like 20-some years, running it.
Man.
Same thing. Helped out Little League, helped out Pop Warner, helped out everything. Schools, businesses, people going to college need money, need shoes, need books.
Before the book bag drive was a tax thing.
Right.
When Nino Brown was giving out turkeys, he was giving out turkeys.
He did all of this stuff. And when he was finally caught, I'm telling you, it was my whole life, my whole childhood, this dude was in the street. My whole life. I think I was out of college. Yeah, I was out of college and I was in fact, my son was born. And he finally got arrested and the community was in an uproar. Let that man out of jail. The community was in the uproar. Sharon wasn't, but the community was in an uproar. He's done this, he's done that. He didn't bother nobody. Come on now. He's selling poison to your kids now. Come on. Right. But at the same time, he's feeding them kids too. Beating them. Yeah. So I'm saying all that just to say, be in touch with your community, especially if you're a small business. Small businesses need the community just as much as the community needs you. And you can't be in that community just raping the community like these certain stores are doing. I won't even say it, but you got to be a part of the community, in my opinion. I think that's just as important.
I have to agree to that. I've seen it all. I've seen people with these small businesses and I've actually seen them grow and become bigger and better. And, they start franchising out. Then I've also seen them, a small business get to the height of heights and fall down all the way down real low to the point. Next thing you know, you see them over there on the side with the drug addicts. And you like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, how did you get here?
Yeah.
Sort of like Franklin, for those who watch Snowfall. Sort of like Franklin.
No, I don't watch Snowfall.
I know you don't watch Snowfall. They know Franklin is.
I don't watch none of them street shows. But anyway, so let's talk about some good customer service experiences. You said you wanted to get the bad out of the way.
Yeah, the good one. Besides Chick-fil-A, I had another good one when I went to I used to go to this bar all the time, Kavanaugh's. Go to Kavanaugh's all the time, and I would have a good time there. Like the bartender knew me. They already knew everything I wanted from the door because it was almost like Cheers with a restaurant. So that's just that was the feel I got. So shout out to Kavanaugh's.
Did everybody know your name when you walked in there?
Yeah, and I worked there for a while. After a while, I would start going there so much I started working there.
Okay.
But besides that, I used to go to this Applebee's. This is bad that I'm saying this. I used to go to this Applebee's. That was like my little ducky spot. This Applebee's.
I was about to say.
Yeah, this is that's my ducky spot. And I would only go there on the days that this bartender worked. The only days I go there because she knew exactly what I wanted to drink. She already had me set up, and she would come in and she would talk to the girls that I had with me. And for some reason, I didn't learn this till later. Women like it when they go to a spot with you and a lot of people know you and everything, and you're like, you're famous there. Women love it. I didn't know that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell you. Oh, yes. Look, my son is here today because of that. Okay. That's why I have a son.
Yeah.
I never told you that story.
I don't remember hearing that story that y'all went out on somewhere. I didn't hear that one.
But I told you the night I met my son's father, I was on a date with another guy.
I remember
that, right?
I remember that part.
And that went south. And then I saw him. Right?
Right.
So when we went out on the dance floor, he was like, everybody was like, everybody knew who he was. I've never seen this dude before ever.
Right. But
everybody knew who he was. And I'm like, who is this dude? So yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do like that.
Yeah, I didn't know that till later.
Mm-hmm. Now I don't care. But then I was 20 some years old, like 23, 25. I was younger. So yeah, then it meant something.
That was another good customer service I got. I think I had a guy come fix something in my house. He had to come fix something. I think it was the hot water tank. I can't be specific on what it was, but he came in and he usually people come in, they give an estimate, then they be like, yeah, this is the price, it's like 800. Then they come back and they're like, oh no, it's really 1,000. I need some more money. This dude came right in straight up and was like, listen, I'm gonna go get everything, get it done. I'm gonna come back to you. But the price, when he came back with the water tank, he said, listen, the whole price for everything is gonna be $600. I was like, all right, that ain't bad. Got the water tank, put everything in. He was like, here goes my card. Here goes everything you need. If anything else is involved, let me know. If the hot water tank is not working properly, call me, let me know, because it should be hot all the time. And everywhere it should be hot. He said, matter of fact, before I leave, I'm gonna cut all the hot water on, just make sure everything running right. Cut all the hot water on, everything that was running right. He said, all right, yeah, you're straight, you're good. Anytime I had a problem after that, I call him. If I had a problem with anything, like I think the wash machine or dryer wasn't working right, I call him.
Mm-hmm. Because he took care of you.
Right. And when somebody takes care of you and does it good, you will always call him.
Exactly.
Then I had some bad customer service. That's bad. It's always our people too. I had a problem where as though I think it was the outside pipes was clogged up, so it was clogging up in the inside, and I think it started to cause a leak. So what he would do is we was calling him like every couple months. Then he come in, he plunge it a little bit, charge you like $200, then leave. Plunge a little bit, charge you like $200 a lead. I can't remember exactly what it was that was wrong. So then my brother was like, yo, stop calling him, man. Call somebody different. Because I don't think it's just that problem. I think he's not putting a snake in there that actually drain all the way out. Call somebody different. Call the white guy. He came for $100, cleaned it all the way out. We never had another problem.
See?
Damn shame.
Now, what are you supposed to make of that?
Damn shame. That's a
and if that person heard you say in public, it's always our people that beat us. He'd be the first person to say, man, you shouldn't say that. You selling us that.
Right. You got me looking bad out here in these streets. Crazy thing is, I don't think he even do anything no more now.
I'm just saying, he would be the first one upset because you say that. Right. And he's a culprit.
It's all him. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you about a good customer service experience my sister and I had back in March.
Okay.
You know how much my father meant to me. I lost my father back in 2014. So he's been gone a little while, but it's still like it was yesterday. And my father loved seafood. His birthday was in March. And so to celebrate his birthday, my sister and I went to his favorite seafood restaurant.
That's what's up.
And what is that?
What is it?
Red Lobster.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, he loved Red Lobster. And so we went to Red Lobster. And when I tell you, we got the absolute best service from our server that I had. I mean, better than I've had from a 5-star restaurant. That's how good she was. When she came over and addressed us, she acknowledged us when we first sat down. She didn't take all day to come. She said, hi, I just want to let you know I see you. And I got to go do this at this table and that at that table. And then I will be back. And think about what you want to drink. And so when I come back, I'll take your drink order and tell you about the specials. And then she did exactly what she said she was going to do. And then when she came back, she did her little greeting and so forth. And I told her, I said, listen, we're sisters and we're here to celebrate my father's birthday. He's passed away. And this was his favorite restaurant. And so for his birthday, we come here in honor of him. I mean, you could tell just by her body language, it actually meant something to her. And from that point, I mean, she was already doing great to start.
Right.
But I mean, she did everything. She said, well, that's great. And she said, well, would you want to start? And when she was talking to us, what kind of things are you going to order something that he liked to order? And we were talking about that whole thing through the whole experience. She was attentive. She came back to see if there's anything else we needed several times. She kept our water. And I told her we're going to drink a lot of water. So just keep our water. She just kept on filling that water up. That means something to me. I can't stand when I have to sit up here and look at an empty glass for a long time. That just drives me crazy.
What if they left the picture there?
No, they don't have pictures. They're not going to bring a picture. And see,
I ain't talking about that place. I'm just saying, when you went to where they just left the picture there.
Oh, that's fine. If they have pictures, that's fine. That doesn't bother me. But don't let that picture get empty. Don't let the picture get empty. I got a problem. But anyway, so then she comes and she said, well, will you guys be having any dessert? She said, I feel like I want to bring you guys some dessert in honor of your dad. And it'll be on me. So she gave us she let us pick which flavor we want. And she gave us free dessert in honor of our father. And I mean, it was just so nice the way she did it. And it was, very kind of her. And that made the whole experience that much better. That's what I'm talking about. And so I have her name written down because I still have my receipt.
Nice.
And if I go, the next time I go, I'm going to ask for her if she's there to see if she's there. And if she's there, that's who I want. That's who I want.
Yeah, don't go during Mother's Day. It's gonna be packed.
I don't go out to dinner anywhere. I don't go anywhere on Mother's Day to eat.
Mother's Day be packed. You go on Father's Day though, it ain't gonna be packed.
Yeah, Father's Day is good, but Mother's Day actually is the highest sales day next to Valentine's Day.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, customer service is key. I have to say it's the most important, but you got to have that infrastructure together. You got to stay in touch with your customers. You got to have a follow-up process. You got to have all of that.
I agree with all that. Troubleshooting is a must. I agree with all that.
And that too. And see, people like to rush out here nowadays because they think that all you have to do to start a business is just start a business because of the internet. It's not brick and mortar.
I agree that you should jump into it, but don't jump into it with your eyes closed.
That's what I mean. They do. They just think, okay, for instance, they just think because they make good peach cobbler that they can just start selling this peach cobbler without a plan. No marketing plan, no business plan, no social media plan, no website, nothing. Don't need a website. Just give me a Facebook page. I don't need a website. Okay.
And an Instagram.
No. Some of them just don't even have Instagram. They just have a Facebook page still.
Oh no, I did it all. I don't have a website though, but I've done everything else. I got a Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter.
You got 29 social
LinkedIn
pages. You got 29, 30, 45. So that's different. You can go without a website, but when you only have one social media page,
you ain't gonna make it.
And it's Facebook. No, you need more than that. Nowadays, you need more than that. Some people you just can't tell. They just don't think you know what you're talking about. And no matter how much advise them, they still don't believe you know. Huh?
Some people think you just need Instagram.
You need more than just Instagram.
That's what they think.
Now I have had people tell me, well, all I have is Instagram and I'm fine. I'm doing fine. Okay, that's you. You lucky. You lucked up. But that is not the usual happening. That does not happen usually. If you got lucky and you had Instagram and only Instagram and you made all of this money, thousands of dollars, and you're doing fine, great for you. But if I'm gonna, as a business consultant, I am not gonna go out here and tell people that's all you need because it's not true. And it also depends on what are you selling. Yeah. What product or service are you selling? Because if I'm selling fine china, I'm not going to make thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, or millions of dollars selling china on Instagram. People who buy china are not usually on Instagram.
Well, it might be some on there, but then you ain't gonna make no thousands not just on Instagram.
No, not fine china. People who buy fine china, they're not usually on Instagram. They're just not. I'm just telling you, they're not. They're looking for a website. Most of them not even on social media, period. But they're looking for a website. Fine china. Fine china. Not the fake china that you buy at the dollar store. I mean, real china. So it depends on what you're marketing. Are you a barber? Or are you a medical device salesman?
Whatever you're marketing, make sure you have a marketing budget.
That's right.
And market the hell out of it.
That's right.
Until people say, hey man, I'm tired of looking at just stuff. You got the same thing on it. Good. I'm gonna keep doing it. Good. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Well,
until I get tired of making money.
Well, marketing is what I do, Dennis. And You would be amazed at the number of times I hear people. I have people who push back against my advice, especially like if I tell them, hey, you have a typo on your flyer, and then they look at you and say, well, that's the way I want it. Okay. It's a lack of credibility that you're going to have, because people who know that's a typo are going to look at that and say,
Yeah, people used to tell me that about the way I used to always say two with two O's. And it was like, no, you can't say it like that, because then it means like also. It don't just mean two.
Exactly.
I'm like, yeah, I got it. But I'm still put these two O's on. But then I stop. I start listening, I stop.
Yeah,
I ain't always.
Well, it depends on if you want to step your game up. Now, right. If you fine and you fine with what you got, fine, do it. And like I said, this also depends on what you're selling.
Yeah.
If you're selling, let's say you're selling tutorials or being tutoring children, and you have typos on your flyer,
you ain't
parents are not picking you.
No.
It's just the way it is. One of our prior guests, her son designs and sells his shoes. You go look at it, go look at their website. It's slick, crisp, clean, ain't no typos on there. Everything is spelled correctly. The grammar is correct. Everything about it. The whole thing is right. Their social media pages, the same thing. And he's marketing shoes, but they're high-end shoes.
Right.
These are not $6.99 that you go buy at the discount store.
At Walmart.
So, yes, you have to fit the part. It matters.
I have to say I agree.
It matters.
I think one of the things I want to tell these people out here who are going into business and are doing bad business, clean your act up, please.
Mm-hmm.
Just clean your act up, because you can always reinvent yourself. You can always reinvent your business. You can revamp it. I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I watch Bar Rescue a lot. They revamp a lot over there. You can revamp it.
That's the show, man. I still like that show.
Oh man, he goes to some of the raggediest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, some of the raggediest places, man. And you know what blows my mind though? That he know how much money you gonna make in one chair in a whole year.
It's a science to it. There's a science to it. He studies where you at. He studies what kind of people coming in before he even step foot in your bar. He studies the flow too. Yeah. He know how many cars pass by your spot. Right. He puts those cameras in there and he can see the flow. Right. Why is it that more people are gathered on this side of the bar than that side? He can tell you why. And then that'll lead him to redesign the bar.
Right.
I mean, all kind of stuff. It's a science to it.
He does a great job.
He does.
He does a great job.
But a lot of that is psychology. See, there's a psychology to it. So people who rush and get these businesses and they don't take time to study. See, he's taken time to study and learn this. He didn't just do this all willy-nilly.
No. And he knows what's going on in the neighborhood. He knows what you got going around. So what he does is he goes and he markets that gets all of those people that's in the neighborhood to your bar. Like I think it was this lady, she had a pirate bar. And he was like, you don't need a pirate bar around here. You got nothing but business people here. Turn this into a business people atmosphere.
And she did it, and it turned it around too.
But then she went right back.
She did.
She wanted to be a pirate again.
Right. But you know that business did not stay in business. You know it folded.
It folded.
Yeah. Didn't heed his advice. And see, he's a professional. He knows what he's doing. But there are certain people out here, if they don't think of it, they don't want to hear it.
Now, there's a lot of people don't take accountability well.
That too.
And a lot of people don't like change.
That they don't like accountability, change, and they don't want somebody else telling them what to do.
That's me. I don't like people telling me what to do either.
Because that's what they think. They consider that as somebody telling them what to do, not trying to help them. And I'm like, Negro, I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to dictate what you do. I ain't your mama.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to help you. I wouldn't say anything if I didn't know what I was talking about. I'd keep my mouth shut if I don't know what I'm talking about.
I agree.
But
you can't be, this has always been my thing. You can't be one of them people saying that you're trying to help me and you in the same ditch I'm in. That's what you can't. Let me explain what I mean.
I know what you mean.
No, let me explain what I mean. I mean, like, let's just
Uh-oh.
No, I don't want to put it directly on me. Let me talk about something else that happened. Let's just say, both of y'all out there and y'all selling drugs. Now we both selling drugs, and you telling me, oh man, you should have been doing things better. If you did this way like that, ho. You ain't doing nothing no better. You ain't no top drug dealer here. How you giving me this advice?
Y'all both on the corner.
We both on a 50 pack. Let's be real. Like, you ain't getting no higher. You ain't getting no kilos.
That's a good example.
Right.
That's a good example.
First of all, you don't do things right. You ain't something right. Obviously, you ain't either. So maybe we both need to find a way to do something different. Because your advice ain't right either.
Well, that's a good example of what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Hard-headed.
Don't want to listen to somebody else. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. But what I've learned, Dennis, in my old age is I'm just here to help.
That's it. It's all I can do.
And if I say it, I might say it twice. I'm not even getting to 3 times anymore. I used to go to 3, 3 times, 3 strikes you out. No, I'll say it once. I might say it again. But if I see you still flipping off what I'm saying, I'm not going to say it anymore. I'm going to let you find out on your own. That's what I'm going to do.
And find out.
Fuck
around, find out.
Find out. That's right. That's what I decided to do because life is too short.
It is.
And I have a lot of stuff to do. And I don't have time to be wasting my brain power and thought processes on somebody who doesn't appreciate my gifts.
Exactly.
That's what I've decided.
I know exactly what you mean. Now, this is my last story, and we're going to end this joint. But I had a homie back when I was younger. He didn't like keeping jobs, so he would quit jobs. And I told him, I said, if you stay there for 6 months, like you do anyway, and then you get fed up, and you get fired, you can get unemployment and stay home. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Told him that. He did it again. I said, yo, you get fired? No, I quit, man. I can't take it no more. I said,
no.
I said, so how you going to pay your bills? I mean, I'll get another job later. So then I said it to him again. I said, yo, you get fired? No, man, I quit. I left out of there, man. I couldn't take it no more. I'm gonna live off my 401k that I built up. Okay. All right. Whatever you got built up, okay. Next time, called him up. I noticed he wasn't working. I was like, dog, what you doing today? What's going on? Oh, nothing, man. I quit my job. Okay, that's cool. I mean, I stopped having conversations with him about it. He was like, yo, why you ain't never say nothing to me about collecting unemployment? Nothing. I said, that's not your role. You don't want to do it. Why would I keep telling you about it? I said, here's the crazy part. They was giving out unemployment in Philadelphia at that time for 2 years. You could have sat for 2 years, just working 6 months.
Yep.
Getting that same check. Oh man, I ain't know that. If I'd known how to did it, you wasn't gonna do it.
No.
That's what they say. Sharon, that is what they say. If I'd known that, I'd have did it. 2 years, man, it's right up my alley, man. And get a check? Come on, man. You know I'm always trying to get a check. I still go to the SSI trying to get a crazy check.
Yeah, but he wouldn't even follow your advice on the other thing. You wouldn't go follow that.
They was giving out these 6-month extensions. First I think you got 12 months. Then they gave out a 6-month extension. Then they granted another 6-month extension. So now you 2 years in on unemployment. So I told him, I was like, all right, well, you'll be all right. I was like, obviously it ain't your role. You'll be all right.
Well,
but you got any final words?
I do. Don't try to rush things that need time to grow. Don't try to rush things that need time to grow. Everybody's in such a rush. I understand. Everybody want to make money, live a good life. But you got to take time to grow it. You have to take time to grow your business. You have to be intentional. You can't just rush and throw up an IG page, throw up a TikTok page, and then just think the money just going to roll in. You got to work. And there's I's that need dotted and T's that need crossed.
She's right.
And you need to take time and do it. Everybody's not going to just be discovered and all of a sudden be rich like Bill Gates. It just doesn't work like that.
I'm going to tell you, take that leap. Go start your business. Because like I said, most entrepreneurs, $28,000 a year. That's what I was told. But do your research. Take that leap. Go get your business. Do your research on the business.
Yes.
Find out, have a marketing budget, and do what you're supposed to do. And make sure at the end of the day that you got good customer service.
Yes.
Because without that, you'll be nothing.
That's right.
You see these reviews out here. I ain't making this up. Yelp, Google, you see these reviews out here.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you got good customer service.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I hope you do well in business. That's what I'm gonna say.
Good luck to y'all out there.
Good luck to y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Side Jawn. God bless. Great day.
Great day.